Hey guys, so to install the intake on the N55-F series kit, 3.3 and 3.4, we're going to have to mount the water pump directly onto the block. So you see here, usually has a bracket, and you mount the water pump on that bracket. So you're gonna take the bracket off, and the two bolts, the bottom two bolts of the water pump, are the same bolt pattern than the ones on the block. So you take off that bracket and mount it directly onto the block. That'll lower the water pump, and it'll give you some extra space to get the intake out. So the first thing you're gonna do is take the 4 to 3 inch hose and put it on the turbo. Okay? That's the first part. So you're now going to fully clamp the 4-inch part of the hose to the turbo so it doesn't move. And now you have the hose placed on the turbo, and you have the hose clamp loose, the one that goes to the intake pipe. Now I'm going to take the intake pipe and I'm going to slide it here. So between the cooler lines, there's going to be a hole right here. You slide it. Also, take into account, this is the part with the less angle. The one with a bigger angle is going to go to the second part of the intake. So the one with the less angle is going to go here. Okay, so we got it in, and you don't tighten it yet. We're going to rotate it here until you find it comfortable to get the second intake pipe on. So this is how the first part of the intake goes. Going to clear the water pump in here, and it's going to be sitting here to allow the second part of the intake to go in. Okay, so now that I've put in the intake pipe on the silicone cover for the turbo, I'm going to put the secondary intake pipe on. So in this part of the intake, you'll use the 3-inch silicone connector, and you should pre-install it on the intake pipe, as you've seen before. So there's one end that's smaller than the other, so we're going to slide the smaller end inside here. Okay, it's in here, and I'm going to rotate it so that it faces where the intake is going to go. So now I take the intake pipe and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to align it with this. So you see it's offset right now, so I'm just going to take the intake and move it around, and you can see now it's aligned. So now I'm going to take the 3 to 3.25 inch connector, and I'm going to put it in here. Okay, so now we have this intake pipe here, and it's almost already in place. So I just put the 3 to 3.25 inch hose in here, and I'm going to put in the intake now. So once we put the intake in, we're just going to tighten all the hose clamps. So we got this in here, and I'm just going to move this right here, and I'm going to slide it in, and I'm going to clamp it in place. Okay, and now I'm going to tighten. This one's already tied. I'm going to tighten these ones. Just right here. To loosen it. And I'm going to also tighten this one here. Okay, this one. And there we go. We got the intake pipe done. So, intake goes to the 3 1/4 to 3 inch. 3 inch goes to this side. Then 3 inch coupler to the connects the 2 pipes in place. And then the S-shaped pipe clears the water pump here. Everything's in place now. Okay, so now we got the boost pipe, and to get it in, there's this space in between the thermostat hose and the intake pipe. So what you're gonna do is, from below the car, you're going to take it in this way, push it in through the hole that's open in here, so you can see it, and you're gonna put it up. Once it's up there, you're going to rotate it. I help it in here with my hand, and it rotates into the correct direction. Now I'm going to put it into the intercooler. Okay, so now it'll just snap in place. I'll take the clip, put the clip on. It's not going to slide out anymore. And you're going to tighten the hose clamp. This one. You see now it's a tight, very tight space. And I'm going to show you from the top. Okay, so now we have the hose up here, and you see it goes in between those 2 pipes. So the hose that goes to the thermostat and in between the intake. That's why the intake has this curvature here. So once you see it, it's going to sit in here, and you're going to put the U-pipe afterwards. Now I'm going to put the U-pipe in the video. Okay, so to put the U-pipe in, I'm just going to slide it in the intercooler hose first, and then into the turbo hose. Then you gotta slide the turbo hose out a bit so it goes in place, and here again. And now it's in place. Now you're going to rotate it a bit, and done. Okay, so as you see, the intake pipe does not touch the water pump. It has enough room to get the outlet pipe out of it. Intake pipe goes here, and then we go to the intercooler section, and you can see the hose goes out into the intercooler with the clip, and the intake pipes go there. So the hose squeezes in between the thermostat and the intake pipe, and that's already done. So that's basically the whole boost piping and intake piping of the kit, and we're done with it. So, pump mounted directly on the block without the bracket. That's very important. And that's basically it.